everybody. How's it going? We are here tonight to kick off a new campaign with all these fantabulous people. Say hi, fantabulous peoples.
Hi.
Hi.
Fantastic. We have a really exciting session one planned for you all. To start with, though, we're just going to introduce everybody real quick, in case you were just joining us now. Questy, let's go ahead and get started with you.
Hi, everybody. I am Questy. I was your previous dungeon master, switching now to a player. Very excited about that. I just showed up tonight. I just got here. It was wild. I will be playing Mara. She is a half orc soul knife rogue. And I think that's all I'm gonna say for now.
Fantastic. Jen?
Hi, I'm Jen, Cancer Moon Cleric on all socials. I'm playing Soo-Jin tonight. Rogue, fighter, shenanigans. We have fun.
Danny?
Danny, the other half of Questy. Going to be playing Pharos Andros II, a human artificer. First time playing artificer. My brain will bleed, and I'm excited about it.
Perfect. And Sky?
Weird. Anyways, I'm Sky, technical non-genius here. I will be playing Serena, another Dampier, but this time I'm a cleric.
Perfect. And my name is Ghosty. I'll be running this hopefully not too chaotic but enjoyable game. We have some character intros we're going to run for you guys so you can learn a bit more about these characters before we jump in. So please enjoy that.
My name is Serena. I was born in a small village where the dead were mourned with songs, and the gods were never far from our lips. There, we were taught that death wasn't a punishment. It was peace, a return, a sacred part of life's rhythm. I gave my life to my god of balance and death before I was old enough to understand what sacrifice really meant. I prayed with my whole heart. I buried the fallen with gentleness. I believed that if I just stayed good, stayed faithful, I would be safe. But faith doesn't make you untouchable. Something found me, something wrong. It broke me in the most twisted way it could. Not by killing me, but by letting me live as something I was never meant to be. I was changed, tainted, cursed with a hunger that I still don't have the words for. My blood is not my own, and every day I wake up and wonder if my God can still see me, or if he's turned away in silence. I still wear my holy symbol, I still pray, and I still serve, but I don't know if it counts anymore. That's why I came to Valdressa. I'm looking for a cure, to find someone who might know how to undo what's been done to me, and I've been blessed. A noble family here, they've offered to sponsor my stay. They've given me food, shelter, clothes far finer than anything I've ever owned. They've treated me with nothing but kindness. And I don't understand politics. I don't know how to read lies wrapped in pretty words. But I know pain. I know how to sit with the dying, how to carry the weight others won't. I believe in mercy and in second chances, even if I'm not sure I deserve it. My name is Serena. I am a cleric. I am a curse, and I am a prayer unanswered. But maybe, just maybe, someone's still listening.
My name is Soo-Jin Laurent of House Laurent, one of the 13 ruling houses of Valtressa, a name whispered in salons and shadowed halls, once for wealth, now for something far more dangerous. I was raised in privilege, polished for perfection. But everything changed when Miss Ardent found me. She taught me how to turn every dance into a duel, every word into a weapon, not to rescue this city, but to give it a fighting chance against the darkness it clings to. Then came the Black Market Massacre. My father saw what I could do, what I am. And in that moment, I stopped being his daughter, and I became a threat. Since then, he sent knives in the dark to silence me, but none of them made it home. I didn't join this journey for vengeance, not entirely. I'm here to dismantle him piece by piece, to rip out the roots of rot from within Valtressa and let something new bloom. In this group, I'm not the hero. I'm the one who sees the whole board, who knows which piece to remove before the rest crumble. I don't have friends, but there are a few whose company I tolerate. Trust is a luxury I can't afford. Secrets are currency, and I'm very, very rich. I know everything about everyone, and if I don't, I will. So tell me, what are you hiding?
My name is Marzana Fournier, but you will call me Mara. This is Dungeons & Dragons, so you already know the first part. I'm an orphan. I am, however, lucky enough not to have stayed that way long. Timing and the tug of instinct saw that I was raised by a merchant who gave me my last name. The years I spent with him taught me much, but I never forgot the lessons from my past. Much harder learned. When we parted ways, it wasn't the family business that called to me. Instead, I put my former skills to use, and within a year, I was known for my ability to handle most jobs, shall we call them, thoroughly and delicately. That's how I met Oleg. That's how I met the silver fucking fox. The thief who dragged me into his heart against my better judgment, and I was so happy. The joke of it all is that he's the one who found me way back then, and then I couldn't find him. For 10 years he was stolen from me, and for 10 years I lived without a fucking soul. If you think this story has a happy ending, now is the time for you to adjust your expectations. Because when he was finally freed 2 years ago, he had some terrible notion that he had done unforgivable things and now chooses not to come back. It's strange, that idea of his, considering the absolutely unspeakable things I would have been willing to do to get him back. So now, revolution brews in the city, and I follow it as the lead that it is. No one was more surprised than me when I actually started to believe in the damn thing, though. Regardless, our game continues between me and that fucking fox. The only question that remains is whether I find him or I die trying.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Pharos Andros II, born nobility, the son of a councilwoman and master smith. My parents were idealists, revolutionaries who believed in a better Voltressa. While they fought for change, I watched on, crippled by a childhood accident. I poured myself into books, into the arcane, into invention. My father died when I was still a boy, killed in an unexplained forge accident. My mother passed years later while I studied at the Arcane Collegium. A robbery gone wrong, the reports claimed. Indeed. I left my studies and returned to Voltressa to take up my parents' mantle, to carry on their legacy. By day, I serve on the council, working to expose the corruption within Voltressa's elite, to free her people and set the city on a new path. Trying, yet failing. But by night I wear another mantle. Clad in my father's armor, enhanced with artifices of my own design, I stalk the streets, exacting justice on those who would ruin this once proud city, a reckoning to those that thought themselves untouchable. I am Voltressa's steel guardian. I am her ironclad shadow. I am the Nightforge.
Wow, what great characters these four have built. How fantastic. Man, listening to all those again.
Which we did.
What the heck? No, that's fantastic. So, without further ado, you nerds ready to play some D&D?
Yes, I'm so ready.
Let's do this.
So, let me get everything up here, and there we go. Fantastic. Our story begins not in a city, but in a desert. 2,000 years ago. This desert was never silent, but it knew peace. You feel wind as it sweeps through sandstone alleys, warm and dry, carrying the laughter of children and the scent of spiced grain. At the edge of a quiet oasis where a village thrives, humble, sun-kissed, forgotten by maps. Here the people live by the rhythm of the seasons and the turning of the world. They pray to a goddess of life with songs and tributes, and in return, the desert leaves them untouched. Among them is a man, a father, a husband, a field worker. His hands are rough from toil, his heart is soft and full. He wakes before the sun, kisses his sleeping child, and walks barefoot in the fields, scythe over his shoulder, humming a lullaby. He is not important. He is not a hero, but he is loved. And that has always been enough. But today the sky changed. It begins with a sound, distant and low, like thunder. Travelers had spoken of strange storms, of battles between the heavens themselves, but such stories were from far-off places, told around fires to chase away the dark, until the dark came to this village. You feel the air turn thick, that wind stills, and then the sky splits open in a crack of light and fury. The man watches as two beings descend, impossibly small for the presence that they demand. Avatars of gods, locked in a duel beyond mortal reason, their powers tearing the sky, scorching the sand, and shattering the stone with every clash. One wields light like judgment, the other moves like the rules of life are mere suggestions. Their war spills into this world, and the village, the quiet and forgotten village, is caught beneath their wrath. The man is stunned. He grips his scythe in fear and awe, before his mind goes to the family currently trapped beneath the horrors before him. He rushes from the field, ignoring the cries of the other workers, telling him to come back. He weaves through smoke and ashes, heart pounding in his chest. He finds his home crumbling, his neighbors crying out beneath collapsed roofs. But he finds his wife, holding their child in a shaking embrace, her voice whispering prayers even as the ground trembles. So they run together. Through firelit alleys, past shattered walls, towards the edge of the village where maybe there is still safety. But as they cross a narrow street between two collapsing buildings, a shape falls. A black streak causing mind-bending ripples behind it, a brief glimpse of a humanoid pierced by divine flame, comes crashing down like a dying star. The blast rips the world apart, and when the man wakes, he is alone. His family gone, his village ruined. Dust and silence, nothing else. Yet there, in the center of the crater, lay this divine creature, its glow faded, its body broken. Yet even in its ruin, it reaches out to the man to be saved, to be pitied. But there's no mercy left in him. He picks up the scythe from the rubble, bent and bloodied, and drives it into the creature's heart. As a scream of existential horror shakes the air, a wave of godly force bursts from the dying creature, searing through the man's soul, but he does not die. He changes. Something takes root in the hollow left by grief. He rises no longer a man, but something else. The village vanishes beneath the sands not long after. His name lost to time. But he walks still, through cities that never sleep, through corridors of power and vaults of silence, feeding on the hopes of the living and the echoes of the dead. And in the darkest hours of the night, when the veil is thinnest, you may feel his gaze. Because this story, your story, didn't begin in a city or a temple or a throne room. It began in the dust with a father, a scythe, and a god that bled. Serena?
Yeah.
You pull your cloak tighter to you as you walk between two buildings down the street of the north end of the Brass Quarter. It's well past midnight. You have been out 3-4 hours now, following a lead given to you by a drunken apothecary hand, kind of just an offhanded comment about items that you were inquiring about. They lead you to a warehouse at the end of this street. You can see it faintly in the lantern glow. And as you approach, you notice no one is around. Save for your footsteps, there's not much noise. The man you're here to find, a gnome named Thimble-Dar, is said to do work out of this warehouse. As you approach, you see a door in the rest of this brick building. And the door is closed, but there's light spilling out from a small glass window at the top of it. What do you do?
She will do a quick little prayer and then walk into this building.
As you go to open the door, it is locked.
Oh. She's gonna knock on it.
You hear a sudden clatter from behind the door there. What sounds like papers rustling, and you hear a voice call out from behind, and then the sound of a door shutting before footsteps approach, and the door swings open. Before you, you see a man, a human, with well-done black hair. He's wearing like a purple robe, not clasped in the front. You see, nicer clothing underneath. He stands before you holding a cane. Well, we got nothing for you. You can skedaddle. And the door begins to close.
I'm so sorry, sir. I was told about a gnome that might be here that could help with my problems. Clearly, you're not a gnome. I'm so sorry. I know it is so late at night. I need help. I'm so sorry. I'll open like my coin purse to like offer it to him.
He kind of stoops down a little bit, standing on top. These steps are with the door. Looks you in your eyes. Go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay. 22.
Okay. He looks at you up and down a little bit and he goes, "What are you looking for a gnome for?"
Well, I know I shouldn't have listened, but there was this drunk fellow down at the it doesn't matter. Well, he told me that I could come here and that this gnome fellow could help me procure some items. I don't know if that was true or not. I could just be barging into your establishment here. I'm so sorry.
You see him kind of look up a little bit and look around. All right, come on. And he'll open the door a little bit and let you in, and shuts the door behind you, and you hear it latch. And as he turns and begins to walk around you, kind of looking you up and down, he goes, we don't get many of your type around here, and you don't look to be of our normal clientele.
Do pray tell, what do you mean? Not your type of people?
What do I mean? What do you mean?
I'm just.
It's not about. Look, we both know what we do here, right? I mean,
yes.
We come all this way not knowing. Okay, so then you're aware that there's a certain type of person that we sell our wares to.
I apologize that I am of good moral standing. Anyways, I'm so sorry. Is the gnome here,
Yes.
or do I?
Oh, you need the gnome so badly. Look.
I don't know. Please tell me. I'm new to this.
Here's the thing. Yeah, look. With the amount of coin you have in that purse there, I can give you 3, maybe 4 bricks, if that's what you're looking for. Or, if you'd be willing to do a job for me, I might be able to put a little more on the pile.
Bricks of what?
Earth dust.
What the hell is that?
What do you mean, what the hell is that?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know what earth dust is. Or maybe I should. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Are you here for drugs or not?
No, sir. No, sir, I am not.
Who sent you?
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
You're sorry. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm disappointing you in some way.
I'm so sorry, sir. No, I am not here to procure drugs. I have a little bit of a problem health-wise. It was an apothecary. He was drunk, and he said I should come here. Maybe he did mean for me to buy drugs, and maybe that would help me.
So you followed the advice of a drunk doctor.
I did.
To come to a drug den.
Yeah, I did.
Understood. Let me go talk to my boss.
Okay, I'll stand here.
Wait here, please.
Okay.
Christ. And you watch as he walks through another door. You hear that door latch as well behind him. And you're standing in the middle of what looks to be an office, but it's. Give me a perception check.
Perception. Like. Of course, I would like. Ooh, what is that? A 16 plus 9, whatever math that is.
Fantastic. It's very hastily put together. This is an irregularly used office space.
Mm-hmm.
The desk itself looks like it is very old, but there's multiple marks on the ground where it's been drug around. The papers that are on it look to be torn out of books, not actual writing paper.
Yeah.
It looks hastily put together as a ruse almost, which. Knowing this is a drug den now, I feel like you're like, oh yeah, this makes sense. We're actually going to move away from you in this space and move to a building, a rooftop, just across the street. Nightforge. Squatting on this roof, looking over the warehouse in front of you, you watch as a strangely put together elf in religious garb walks up to the warehouse you're currently staking out. You were given a tip by a low-level enforcer in the Fallow Fangs that one of their drug dens had just got a new supply of a new drug, something that hasn't been seen on the market yet, but is possibly going to do some pretty big harm to the lower districts of Altressa. So hearing that, you set out to stake out the warehouse itself to see if they were to be actually having anything delivered or sending anything out. I would say you've been here possibly 6 hours. And you have seen no one leave or enter until just now, as you watch this elven religious figure walk in the door.
Just one entrance?
You having looked around the building, you would have seen that there was one entrance in the front and then a large warehouse door in the back. There is a skylight on top of the roof that you can see partially into, where you do see there's two other individuals in the kind of the larger warehouse section of the building. But you don't have enough information to identify them based off of any sort of like information decks that you have. So having seen somebody come to the door to greet this religious individual, and the two that you saw in the warehouse, you can faithfully say there's at very least 3, now 4 people in this building.
Okay. Do I see anyone, like anyone in the streets, like anyone that might notice if I were to descend from this building to the next building, to be able to see through the skylight better?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Not 20!
Shut up!
The space that you're at, you picked it specifically because it covers you from all other angles other than what you're looking at.
Right.
And so you're able to peek around real quick. You see the street is basically deserted. It's well after business hours for most of the northern quarter here. So you could successfully jump to the next building and get on the roof.
Yeah, I will use a slight burst of magical repulsion from somewhere in the back of my suit of armor, my cloak billowing black behind me as I fly from the perch that I was on, which I assume I was doing a classic like superhero pose. I was probably monologuing in my head. And yeah, I'm going to land sort of nearish to the skylight so that I can get a better look.
Yeah, perfect. Your suit makes little to no noise as you land on this roof. Its inner padding taking the bulk of the transfer of energy. And as you land, you're able to see more into the skylight. You see that there are 2 other people. In fact, I have a map for this. Let me just get that going here.
Gimme.
There it is. So you see 2 more individuals in the back here. And this guy here who walked in after closing the door. So I'm going to do this and this and this. You're on the roof here, so you're not on this level, but that's about where you would be skylight-wise.
Okay.
And go ahead and give me another, either give me a perception or an investigation. I'll take either or.
I'm going to investigate, because one of those things I'm good at, and the other one I am mediocre at. 17. Investigate.
On a 17, that's okay, fantastic. On a 17, you also see crouched in the corner a dark cloaked individual, kind of behind some barrels, looking around. Also on that investigation, you do notice that the guard in the center that you see, it is a city guard. His uniform denotates that he is a city guard, but he has a very vacant look on his face. He's standing impossibly still, eyes kind of just staring, hardly blinking, a little bit of drool coming out of his mouth, but he's tense and holding onto a spear while he's sitting there.
Wait, so he's like drugged, presumably, or on.
He's not in control of his own
Using
faculties.
drugs. Okay.
You watch as these two over in the corner here, up here, are moving barrels over towards the warehouse door, and while a gnome sits on a crate, kind of barking orders every now and then or correcting them, until this man walks over to the gnome himself and starts to whisper in his ear. After a moment, the gnome goes,
So what does she want?
I asked if she wanted drugs. I asked if she wanted, to do a job for us, maybe, just in case. And he goes, "You fucking idiot! You don't ask strangers to do jobs for us. Look, we've had this guard for 2 days now, simply because he walked in for a random inspection. Okay, I'll take care of this. All right?" He goes, "Okay, yeah, that's fine." And he begins to waddle away. Anything else that you're doing perched up top here?
I'm just gonna keep an eye, best I can, on the back exit as well, just to see, because you said people were moving barrels, because at some point, Nightforge would want to snag one of them to interrogate as to where these drugs are headed.
Absolutely. I love that. Perfect. Moving away from the rooftop here, we actually are going to move to an alleyway very close by, where two figures move through the darkness. The first almost blends in completely in her most natural form in the shadows. The other moves with an adept silence. The only way to notice her is to see her. Otherwise, she does not exist. Soo-Jin and Mara, the both of you are walking to your current mark. You are currently on a mission for the Resistance. Prim has asked you to retrieve a shipping manifest from within a warehouse. The warehouse is owned currently by the Fallow Fangs, where low-level Enforcer and his team are ship out and receive drugs. You are specifically looking for a shipping manifest that would tie this particular shipment tonight to one of the noble houses. The best time to strike is at night, obviously, and you find yourselves walking through the alleys towards the street that will lead you to this warehouse.
Which noble house?
There wasn't enough information that Prim could give you regarding which noble house it would be. Regardless, it'll help.
I wonder.
Before this mission started, as we set out, Mara is going to give us some of her psionic powers, so we are able to telepathically communicate for 7 hours.
Love it.
I do want to cast Pass Without a Trace on the two of us.
Okay. Yeah, completely and totally gone from the world as you move through the city. There's a lot of mist tonight from the waterfalls that surround Valtressa. You find that while the air is wet and the streets are gloomy, it only enhances your guys' stealth. As you begin to walk up, do you guys go up the street, or do you continue to bounce between alleyways?
Bounce.
Okay.
Definitely.
As you work your way through, it's deserted. There's nobody around. but you're in the north end of the brass quarter. That makes sense. No one's out and about shopping. No one's working tonight. At least they shouldn't be, unless they're up to no good. As you make your way, you see the main door of the warehouse that you're looking for. You see light coming out from beneath it. Go ahead and give me perception checks. Yeah, we'll do perception checks.
No.
Come on, investigation. Come on.
Rolled a nat 1.
Oh. I rolled a 9. My passive perception's an 11 though, so just gonna leave that.
Oh my god. I rolled
Actually,
a
you
nat
wouldn't have noticed
1.
anything. And on a nat 1, Soo-Jin, you begin to think about your home life. Or your current lack thereof. I think get the sense of it's been about a week and a half since the last assassin was sent by your father. So at any point, the next one could try and strike. Not a big deal. You can take care of them. But it definitely makes you think. And while you're thinking about your home life, you also begin to think about the new face in your family. I think you begin to think about, what the play is there. Who's behind that play? Is it your father's plan fully? Is this new person involved at all? This Serena? Whoever she may be? What little information you could gather about her is unhelpful, to say the least. And I think this distracts your mind enough that you both miss the figure on top of the roof of the warehouse that you're beginning to walk towards. There, in front of you, you see just a very normal-looking warehouse, nothing crazy, but the lights are on. Looks like there is movement. You can hear from inside the sound of heavy lifting, of wood being dragged across a floor, some mumbled voices here or there, but this is where you were told to go. This is where the manifest is that you're attempting to steal.
I think telepathically, Soo-Jin's like, so what's the play?
I think once we get inside, maybe we split up, look for an office.
Oh, I thought you were going to suggest that Chewbacca thing again.
She gives you a half smile. It's never worked for me before.
I think it's ridiculous. I don't know who came up with it.
Honestly.
Fine, we split up. I go left.
I'll go right. Do you think that Prim was being honest? Do you think this is the last one?
I'd only assume that Prim's motivations are pure, but I don't know if Prim knows everything. I'm sure she's just telling us what she knows, so.
Well, I hope so.
We'll find him, Mora.
She looks down a bit, painting a mask back on her face that Soo-Jin is very familiar with as her definitely not best friend.
No.
Try not to die.
You as well. I'd get bored. And then I think they would branch off, like Soo-Jin would go around the other side so that they weren't going into the same entrance.
Gotcha. So with where you guys are at, let me actually put you on the board here so you can see yourselves. There we go.
Sorry.
What have you done? You guys would see the doorway here, or the closed door here, and then a window here that is ground level. So walking by it would you'd be able to see through it, but people would be able to see you going this way. And then you see the alley continue right through this way to go around back. So the front door is there, and then one window and nothing much else.
If Mara peeks in the window, can she see people like immediately by it, or just
There's a window on the there's a window on the door as well.
Well, I mean, can she sneak in that window without being seen?
The window on the ground level?
Yeah.
She can absolutely try.
Well, if she peeks in the window, are there like people like right in front of it, or is it?
Oh,
like...
gotcha. Looking from what you can see coming from an angle, there's no one right in front of it. So you could take a peek. I just need a stealth check.
Okay. And I have pass without a trace. That's a +10.
If you're within 30 of me, I just checked it. Are we still in 30?
That depends on who. We're not really moving within a combat action economy, so let me do some measurement real quick, some quickity quacks. 30 to get to the window would be 30 feet from where you're currently standing.
+10.
28.
28. No one sees you as you look through this window, and you see what you would currently see here on the page. A kind of well-dressed human male, black hair, purple outfit, standing next to a crate, kind of looking at his fingers. A gnome walking across the room. A guard with his back to you, like a city guard, and what looks to be a Goliath and a Dragonborn moving crates.
All right, she's gonna try and sneak in through that window.
So just to be so that you're aware, there's nothing between you and them.
Oh, gotcha. So nothing for me to hide behind, as I can
Correct.
see clearly on the map that you have provided for us.
Could I ask something just really quick?
Absolutely.
You said the fallow fangs?
Yes.
Right. As I suspected.
You were told.
Okay,
You had an informant.
Just as I expected. Is that gentleman the gnomish gentleman? I'm familiar. This is Tran Wickboy Dre. Is it not?
That's not Wickboy. That is Thimbledar. You do know him though. He is a low-level thug that runs his own like street level gang within the
For
Fallow
the record,
Fangs.
he literally looks to be holding a wick. Sorry guys, high intelligence characters are new for me.
He's holding a bomb. Oh, I gave that away.
Jeez, ghost.
Oh.
We have him right where we want him.
Spoilers. Okay, if there's nothing for her to hide behind, she's not going to go in that window. Moral of the story.
Okay.
Is there a second floor window? Is there a second floor?
There's no second floor, but you do notice a difference in heights on the roofing above the front door and then the warehouse itself. So the warehouse has a much higher ceiling than what this door to your left looks to have. So it's like more of an off building or an off room than the part of the warehouse entirely.
Okay. All right. Do you want front door or back?
You know how I like it.
Nope. Redo it. Do it
And
again.
then the campaign was over.
I'm so sorry.
About to fade to black on session 1.
I'm so sorry. Oh, let me stop. I think Soo-Jin would just instinctively break this way because this is left, so whatever would be here.
Gotcha.
Wait, this
wall.
Okay, so this is the door and this is the door.
Yeah, so this is the door. This is a window. I know they look exactly the same. I'm not the best at making
Back here's
maps.
the door.
This is the warehouse door.
You made it?
That
Ghostifer. So
Ghostifer.
good.
Ghostina. Okay, I think
You all
Soo-Jin
have
would
disadvantage
go.
on attack rolls now.
Damn it.
I want to know for the record that I was silent in all of this.
You get advantage.
Trying to
Boom.
figure out your intelligence-based character.
I'm bleeding out the ears.
Listen, everybody, we're fine. Soo-Jin would go to the back window, and peek in here to see what she can see.
So that's the window Mara just went to. It's the front window.
Then she's gonna go all the way around here.
Okay, so that is an open warehouse door. As you approach it, you hear the sound of wood scraping on the floor, and you see like a collection of barrels stacked right there, and you see just past it an empty cart, but with no horses attached to it yet. But what you can gather just from seeing this one thing is that there's a delivery is going to happen. They are unloading. They're going to be loading up here soon. And so as you get closer, I'll need a stealth check if you're wanting to peek inside.
I want to know what's inside the cart. 18, girl.
On a stealth check, did you add your pass without a trace?
That was passed without a trace added, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna make a roll.
I'm burning all these dice.
As you peek through, Mr. Nightforge, can you give me a quick perception check?
Yes. Must be monologuing.
In his head. The internal monologue.
Yeah, that's an 8. I must be thinking about something else.
Thank you very much. Soo-Jin, as you peek your head around the side to look in, you see very similar. You see a gnome walking across the room. You see this Goliath moving barrels. You see a guard standing in the middle of the room, a city guard, blank-faced, drooling, very tense. And you also make eye contact with this very dapperly dressed man, black, done-up hair, purple clothing, holding a cane, and he kind of cocks an eyebrow and turns his head to you.
She quickly ducks back like, shit.
You hear footsteps and a door closing, but then you hear more footsteps.
Just so you know, we can speak within 1 mile, Soo-Jin.
Beautiful. Okay.
As you hear those footsteps get closer, you, I think, ducking down now, watch as that man comes to the edge and starts to look around. And on that one, doesn't see shit, and goes, Christ, I am seeing things.
Do I recognize who this is? Now that he's closer.
Give me a history check.
I'm gonna do digital because this is garbage. 14.
It's because you didn't believe in the dice.
On a 14, you know that this is V. His name is V Hatch. He is a very low level, but perceptive thug. He is generally hired out by small-time gangs to be a lookout or a watch. That's his specialty, is seeing things. Not enough to give him any sort of like real acclaim in the higher levels of organized crime, but enough that you've seen him on a few different jobs here or there. And you hear him turn around and goes, "Gentlemen, you would not believe the night that I've had so far. I have seen the strangest of individuals. My goodness, I'm gonna sit down," and begins to walk away.
We communicate to Mara that the fucker is here, V Hatch. He's always somewhere.
Does he know either of our faces?
maybe.
You stop here.
Mara, doing anything at the front door?
There's a window on the front door,
There is a small window in the front door.
and so I can see that Serena's right in front of the door there.
Are you peeking in that door? That
Yeah.
window? Stealth check for me. Perception check from Serena, please.
Uh,
19%.
Ah,
Ha! I see you.
Basic math. 1 second.
you got this.
24.
Mine's 28.
Ah.
So, while you absolutely are stealthily peeking over into this window, you make eye contact with a red-eyed elf who is wearing religious garb and sticks out horribly in this warehouse. Serena, you see through the door that you just had started looking out after waiting for a little while, the face of a half-orc peeking through.
Can I insight check her like reaction to seeing me in the window?
Yeah, go ahead. Serena
not good.
rolled.
I mean, I smile and give you a little wave.
With an 8 insight check, I am going to. Mara's gonna. She's already been seen, and this person. And this is Mara's gonna walk through the door purposefully.
Okay, Mara, you walk through the front door purposefully, and come face to face with this elven woman. As you come in, the door on the side opens, and a very small figure walks through, and goes,
All right, dearie. My associate tells me that you're here for some. There's two of you.
Well, she just walked in. Is she with you? I just assumed.
Look, I'm not running an inn or a tavern here. You can't just walk in to my establishment like this. I'm gonna have to ask both of you to leave.
What? But I.
Is this not where I'm supposed to meet for the drop?
"Give me a deception check or a deception roll."
Let's see. Just a 15.
Good. Still beats his flat 4. He's gonna look and go,
Oh, you're supposed to meet at the back. Why are you... Gosh, you noble types. I never listen to instructions, even when we ask you to.
Noble types. Are there
Okay.
other nobles in on this as well? I was told this would be exclusive.
Other deals that the gang makes are none of your concern. Alright? Your family paid for this, and that's what they get. What other families pay for whatever else, it's none of your concern. You think, have you been doing this long? You don't ask
Have
questions
you been doing
like
this
that.
long?
Have I... Oh god, I hate nobles so much. Okay, is she with you?
Are you talking to me? I'm
Are you
not with
together?
her. No, I'm not. I came here independently.
Then leave.
Please, sir, if just a moment of your time. I really need some help. I've been everywhere else.
Right, come with me. You. Come on, let's go.
and he'll begin to lead you into the warehouse.
Soo-Jin, if I can distract them, you can sneak in.
Done.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
No.
How is this room lit?
So it has the skylight here that you're on top of. It's kind of like one of those peaked roof opens, and then you see lanterns lit throughout, but they're not attached to the wall. They're hung up individually and lit individually. So it's not a permanent light fixture.
Okay.
Okay.
With my 20 intelligence, I've come to realize that most of those thugs in there do not have the ability to see at night. But that light's not going to be easy to extinguish, so now I'm back to monologuing and brooding.
One of these days, you're gonna have to give me those monologues. Mara and Serena, you're both led into the warehouse where this gnome goes, all right, boys, wrap it up. Client's here. And you watch as this dragonborn who looks oddly feathery. He's got more feather than scale. His snout is more beak-shaped than anything else. And this, like, very large Goliath who looks to trip over his own feet before walking over. And then that same man that you saw before in the purple gather around, and he looks at you, the man in purple, and goes, who you know as V, actually. Sorry. Looks at you and goes, not exactly dressed for the occasion, are we? I expected somebody of higher standard.
You're telling me that I should walk in this part of town, dripping with gems, just advertising myself as someone to be robbed.
All right, she's smart. And the Goliath looks at you and goes, Big pretty?
She looks him up and down. You're pretty as well. Now, let's see the goods.
The gnome looks and goes, poultry. Get the underbarrels and we'll unload some of this for her. He'll turn around to you, Serena, and go,
Now, what is it that you're looking for exactly?
at this point, Soo-Jin, if you're wanting to sneak inside, give me a stealth roll, depending on which area you're going into. If you're going into this main area where you're already at, it'll be a straight roll. If it's through the front door, it's with advantage.
Is there anything that Soo-Jin can see within 30 feet that she could take cover?
Yeah, the
From her
barrel's
position.
stacked in. Yeah, the barrel's stacked right in the doorway. You can stand behind and get a better view inside. But moving in, there's not really a lot where there's no one that's gonna see you.
I want to Misty Step behind the barrels.
So the barrels are right in front of you. They're like stacked towards the edge, ready to be loaded into the cart. Yeah.
Can I see the
So-
cart? Can I see inside the cart? Is the cart within 30 feet?
The cart's outside. You do see a skylight on the roof, though.
Then, okay. I think from the outside, with her slippers of climbing, she will climb that outer wall to the roof.
Nightforge, give me a perception check, please.
Can I roll stealth still? Because I'm still stealthing as I'm doing it.
That's totally fine.
29.
Holy shit, where'd you come from?
9.
Nightforge.
I'm an
Soo-Jin,
investigator,
you
not a
see-
preceptor.
Soo-Jin, you see the form of a suit of armor standing over the side of the skylight, looking pensive. As far as you can tell, it's full-faced armor, There is
Yeah, I have
no
like a cloak, a billowing cloak over me.
cloak and
No
all.
wind. Mm-hmm.
And you recognize after a moment in the darkness this cloaked individual as Nightforge. You've worked with him a couple of times in the past now on a couple of jobs, mostly assisting him. Sometimes he assists you, but he has not noticed you.
I think she sees an opportunity here that he doesn't notice, and she continues her stealth. She knows better than to get right up on him. We've had our disagreement in the past. But I think she'll try to like perch onto the side and say, "What are you doing here, Tin Man?"
No, Soo-Jin.
Hmm.
I hope you're here in a professional capacity.
I'm always everywhere in a professional capacity.
Who tipped you off?
What does it matter? What are you doing here?
I was also tipped off. But don't bother me. I feel like they're close to making their move.
Oh, you do you. I'm just gonna hang out over here then. And as she's like going back and forth, she's looking down to find Mara.
You see Mara directly below, alongside a person you haven't met, but you've seen, that you have a connection with, regardless whether that's warranted or not. You do see Serena, the girl currently being taken in by your family in your place.
Because I know Mara, yes?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And the other, is she with you?
Mara,
No, I know
Crap.
Mara.
the other one?
It's the pale one.
No. That's Daddy's new little pet project. I haven't quite figured her out yet.
Hmm.
Does she look familiar to you?
I assume she does not.
No, you've seen her before as well in council.
Right. Right.
The Gronk.
No, I've seen her around.
Hmm.
I don't know what to make of her yet.
Where have you seen her? In what capacity? Do you just stroll down the street in this getup all day?
I have to have no facial expressions because I'm wearing a big hat. I'm just gonna just not answer the question and just keep staring.
Okay.
Because I'm afraid of my deception rolls.
Fair. The mask helps. The mask really helps. As you two are having this conversation up on top of the roof, the gnome continues on. You, Serena, he's saying, "Look, what did you need?
Well, sir, I don't need your drugs. Let me just start by saying that is a sin, but it's okay. The Lord will forgive you at some point. I have a health affliction that I have been needing some help with, but everybody else seems to not know anything, and I've been referred to you, so maybe you know something. I don't really know. I'm sorry.
Hey, what's this health affliction?
I don't want to say it in front of all these people. You know, I have a little bit of humanity and like to keep that.
Is this a sex thing?
Oh,
Ma'am, I do not have intercourse. That is a vow.
wait, you're
that
willing
I've
to share
taken.
that with me, but not your health concern?
Well, she asked about the intercourse, and that is a vow of celibacy that I've taken.
I'm very sorry.
Do not be.
God, yeah. You sure you don't want drugs?
I'm sure that I do not want drugs. Thank you.
Okay. So you can't tell me about this health.
I mean, not with
affliction.
everybody here.
Perhaps you have an office I can wait in somewhere more comfortable than this.
You came through it.
Well, and Mara just turns around and walks back to the office, and immediately starts digging around for that manifesto.
Okay, give me an investigation roll. Not a manifesto. This isn't a. Yeah.
A manifesto.
Nope.
Valtressa will burn.
No. The gnome looks at you and goes,
Okay, she's gone. What's going on?
Okay, so, you see, what had happened was, I was seemingly, I think maybe it's a curse perhaps, but, I was bitten, you see, and, I don't know, something ain't right anymore. So if you have, like, something that can remove a really big curse or, something like that.
What do you think we do here?
I really don't know. I didn't think you guys sell drugs, and then I came to find out you did sell drugs. And
Yeah, look, I'm gonna be completely and totally honest with you here, all right? I like to shoot 'em straight. Okay?
Yeah.
It's always been my cup of tea is to make sure I'm honest, whatever possible, right? We're gonna kill you.
oh,
Yeah.
I
And
can't
it's
allow
nothing.
that.
Hold on. It's just nothing against you, obviously. It's honestly just you wandered in. There's a lot of questions we obviously aren't going to be getting the answers for. You need something. We need something. It's in the best interest of everybody. But I'll tell you what. We're not just going to do you in. All right. We're not going to take you out back. All right. We're just going to make you do a bunch of drugs like this guy until you're kind of just dead in the brain. All right.
I don't think so. And I would like to touch him, like to pat his shoulder and attempt to cast vampiric touch. To kill him.
love that. Go ahead.
I'm gonna do it at 4th level.
Okay, what's the roll?
That is me rolling a dice.
Oh, that's not him rolling a dice at all.
No. 15, 16,
Alright.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 to hit?
24 hits.
Okay, let me roll some d6s. I don't have enough d6s. This is an outrage.
Can we hear, like, when Nightforge and Soo-Jin are on the roof, can we hear what's happening?
Give me perception checks to see if you're paying attention fully.
Or investigation?
20
No investigation.
necrotic.
20 necrotic damage?
Yeah.
You watch as he kind of shivers underneath you and begins to wilt a little bit before he looks at you and goes,
Oh,
It's,
what
it-
are you?
It's nothing personal. I just can't die.
He falls back from you, almost seeming to pass out in a way, before he just rolls and does like a backwards tumble, and you hear a ticking noise.
Oh.
And he looks down at you, he looks up at you, and just goes,
That was a really good try. Bye.
and begins to walk away. I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Okay.
Sultry 20 for the perception.
Sultry 20? What does that mean?
You know what it means.
Soo-Jin is not dirty.
God.
21.
Okay.
17 for me.
17 for you. You both do hear all this happening. 1 second.
Huh.
I need to roll.
Can I see Mara? Because I know Mara has gone into the office. Can I see her?
You cannot see her, but you
you
do know
can
that she
still
got
talk
one
to
to that office. Yeah.
I'm signaling Mara. There's some weird shit happening out here.
Mara's
you take-
Mara's digging through drawers.
Well, what was that investigation, by the way?
23.
You find nothing. Serena, you take 4 fire damage
'Kay.
as a bomb explodes in front of you, taking out a good chunk of the floor, but alerting everybody in the room that something is going on. I need, at the very least, you to roll initiative for me.
Me? Yeah.
Everyone else, it's your choice whether or not you're
5.
jumping into the fray here.
Mara is gonna go running, and having not found what she's looking for in the office. The gnome seems to be the like highest level in charge, or who seems to be the.
That seems to be the leader. Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna like, and he's knocked down right now.
No, he just had bounced back. He's about 20 feet away from her.
Okay,
no, about 15 feet away from her. Sorry.
I'm gonna like concernedly like run up to him like, "Are you okay?" Checking his pockets for what I need.
After all this has happened,
Dirt like in the fuss, like, "Oh my gosh, what's happening?"
you would have had to walk by the explosion, so I'll need that dexterity saving throw from you then.
You got it, buddy.
Can I move your character?
Also,
Me?
Ghost,
Okay.
can we take a break after this?
That was going to after we got
Okay.
everybody's initiative. Yes.
Cool.
17.
17. You do make it. However, you are going to take 6 fire damage.
Okay, I think that I have evasion.
Mm-hmm.
If I have to save, I take, and I succeed, I take no damage.
No damage. Then you take no damage.
What?
Soo-Jin's gonna look at Nightforge and be like, I think something's happening with your friend down there.
I see Mara almost get exploded, and I'm like, it looks like something's happening with your friend down there.
Oh, she can take care of herself, don't worry. I don't know what the whole thing going on with Daddy's little pet is, but maybe you should do something about it.
This does feel like our cue. Yeah, I will. If we're rolling initiative, I'll roll some initiative about it.
Okay, go for it.
Ooh, a sultry 11.
Why are they always sultry?
I don't know.
Is
it just
tonight
started
the
that
sultry
way.
night?
25. She pulls out her pistol and loads the silencer.
Mara, can I get an initiative roll from you?
Mara's trying to be professional and stay out of this fight.
Gotcha. Okay. So no Mara on initiative order. Go ahead and roll me that sleight of hand. And so we are actually going to start at the top of the initiative order, not with one of our main cast, but with one of the NPCs, who is going to see Serena, and he's going to look at you, and I need a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm good at these. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me put my cookie dough down. 25.
25. You feel his stare kind of like almost stick into you for a moment before he shakes his head and looks and goes, "Really, what are you?" And
Lust is a sin. Don't look at me like that, please.
he is going to attempt to come forward here to attack you, and misses with a single swipe of a rapier he pulls out of a cane.
Dastardly.
And that will be his turn. Soo-Jin, that is you.
Okay, so Soo-Jin's still on the roof, correct?
Yeah, it's about 15 feet up.
Okay. So I think we're going to go ahead and Misty Step. We're gonna Misty Step down by where's Mara? I want to be probably on this side.
Mara's keeping it professional. She's in character right now.
Soo-Jin's gonna let you do your thing, but she's gonna drop down there, and then she's going to. God She's going to use her dagger and yeah, we're just going to attack that.
That.
No, who would we want? No, I think she wants the big guy. So she's going to pop up over here. And nope, she doesn't want to be between those two. I think she'll go here and go for the Goliath, please.
Okay. You take a swipe with your dagger at the Goliath. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Ooh. Let's see. 18, but hold on, I get to roll twice because he hasn't gone and I have advantage.
And roll that advantage.
Beautiful. Okay, 23 to hit.
23 hits.
Okay. And then damage, we're going to see. I've got 16 sneak attack, 9 piercing, and 12 poison, so 37 total. And I need a Constitution saving throw for that poison, DC 15.
Okay. That is a 4.
So 37 damage total, and he is poisoned for a minute.
Gotcha. You slice through the stomach of this Goliath, this overhanging stomach, and he looks and goes, "Mean pretty lady." And you watch as his stomach opens up, entrails start to come out, and this shiny liquid is left over the wound from your blade that begins to seep into him as he starts to become woozy and lightheaded. Is that your turn?
Bonus action, and yeah, I think she'll just look back at Mara and telepathically, did you find it? And that's all.
Okay. Mara, you were able to respond.
Not yet. I've checked the office and the gnome.
Next up, Poultry, the dragonborn here, is going to scream out, "Protect the client!" And is going to move over 10, 15 to here. And he will... he's going to unfold his arms, and you watch as this very shallow row of feathers hangs off of his arms as he brings his arms up in an X pattern and swipes down towards you, Soo-Jin. I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
That you got it. Hold on 1 second. I think I get something. I don't think I do. Okay, dexterity saving throw coming your way. That's going to be a 24 to save.
You save. You're only going to take 4 damage as these feathers come out and kind of harmlessly bounce off of you, but nicking you in a couple of places. And
time for foreplay.
Don't like that. All right, and then so that's going to be him. Nightforge, that is you, my friend.
Nice. Did she just drop through the window?
Yeah, she dropped down. No, she misty stepped.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm gonna. Oh my god, not enlarge myself. Okay, I'm gonna also drop down via flying a little bit. And I'm going to delve into the arcane battery and pull some of the magic that I have stored in it. And I'm going to cast haste on myself.
Ooh. Love that.
Yeah. And then I'm going to sprint up to this bird, and I'm going to try to punch him in the face with my thunder gauntlets.
Okay.
That is going to be a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Glorious. So it's going to do only 7 points of damage, but I need him to make a DC 17 con save, or else he's blinded for a turn.
He had a 17 on the die.
Okay. Sweet. So I just drop down, punch him. So he now has disadvantage to hit anybody that's not me.
Nice.
And then I'm going to sprint over to this small gnome, and it kind of feels fucked up, but I'm going to punch him as well with my bonus action.
So you leave his area
Correct.
there. Okay, he's going to take an attack of opportunity. Oh,
I have mobile.
you have mobile. I forgot.
Because I'm in a fast mechanically augmented suit.
Yep.
And I rolled another 23 to hit.
Hits.
And he is going to take 9 points of damage as I give him a little uppercut with my sort of like charged up gauntlets.
You watch as this. I'm so sorry. Serena, how much damage did you do? You did 38 damage, right? 20-something damage.
37.
Right. Thank you. So actually, for as you punch this gnome, you rock him across the room. He hits the back wall and slides down, completely unconscious.
Okay, unconscious. Good. I was going to say at this point, because I want to question these people, so ideally not going to kill anybody that doesn't need to get killed.
Gotcha. Okay, so he is unconscious right now. Okay.
Sweet.
Anything else?
Then I'm going to move up to this guy next to Soo-Jin, and then I will pass my turn.
Okay, perfect. So that's going to go to this guy here. He is going to woozily look around, see like 4 of each of you, and go, "Bad pretty people," and try to slam his hands onto the ground. That is going to be with disadvantage. Not good. He kind of just he goes to slam his hands down in kind of like an area of effect, like trying to dislodge your guys' feet off the ground, and he just kind of tumbles forward and onto the ground. He falls prone. He will use half of his movement, however, to stand back up, but that will be his action economy as he kind of tries to stand back up, holding his stomach in place, trying to keep his guts inside of himself. Serena, that is you.
Okay, let me read this spell real quick. Spell you can make. Okay, so Vampiric Touch. Does it have to be to the same target? Or can I switch targets? I don't think it really specifies.
As far as gaining life from them?
No, I can damage them every turn without using a spell slot.
So if you want to target somebody else,
I have to cast it again.
Roll.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And he's on the floor. Unconscious. The main guy.
Gnome?
The guy. Yeah.
Yeah, the gnome is unconscious on the floor up against the wall.
Okay.
His face is broken.
His face is broken. I am just. Oh, this guy's in front of me. Okay, I will look at him. And I will do inflict wounds at 3rd level. So I have to roll to hit. $24 to hit?
Hits.
Okay. D10, D10, that's a D8. Are you a D10? No. That's 4. Where's my 5th? Okay. Alright, let's do some math.
Oh no, not basic math.
I know, worst enemy. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. 33 necrotic.
33. You watch as he these angled, sharp features of a very in general, good-looking man begin to grow hollow, and his face begins to crack and deform as he shrinks into his clothing and falls to the ground as a husk as you kill him.
It's not nice to look at women and then try to hit them. That is a sin. I'm sorry. Go repent in the afterlife.
All right, that is one down. Anything else from you, Serena?
No.
Nice. Okay. All right. Moving back to the top of the order is dead. So, Soo-Jin, that is you. Oh, where
You're
did he go?
muted, baby.
Where did the big guy go?
He's right in front of you.
He's right in
Is
front
he
of you.
how's he looking?
Not good. He is trying to stuff his intestines back into his stomach while keeping a fist up against you.
Buddy.
He's a bad guy, right, Soo-Jin? I mean, the reaction that she saw is breaking my heart a little bit. Is he a bad guy?
Give me an insight check.
Jesus.
Seems like a simple idiot.
It makes me sad. 22.
22. Yeah. Basically, a simple idiot. He follows orders. That's what you're getting from him. On a 22, I'll give you this. You know who this person is. Like, a couple members of this gang are well known to you just from your inner circle that you've been a part of in the past. He literally is called Hands. His real name is Lenny, but they call him Hands because of how clumsy he is. And he's just always hired muscle. That's it.
Soo-Jin will look down at Lenny and say, Lenny, you need to go. And I don't want you to do this anymore.
Give me a persuasion with disadvantage.
Because you disemboweled him.
Disadvantage for disemboweling.
Well, you know, because he's going to be
No, I get it.
sad
I get it.
and doesn't want to disappoint me.
That's
Okay.
how that works.
It is. 17 was the first one.
17.
Was it?
He's also
17.
going to roll with disadvantage. He looks at you and goes, "Mean pretty lady? Okay.
Get out of here,
Okay.
Lenny. No more.
All right.
No more helping bad people. Get out of here. And then, is there anything else in this room that looks like the ledger?
Give me an investigation check, but this will be your action economy.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. Investigation. Not the greatest. 12.
Crates and barrels. That's what you see around you.
Okay. Can I bonus action?
Yeah, I'll allow bonus action.
Bonus action hide. That's all she's gonna do.
Okay, go
Just
ahead
over-
and roll me that stealth.
Just in like a well-lit room, just crouching behind the barrel.
Plus pass without a trace, so 32.
Thank you. All right. Next up, Mara. You've joined the initiative order. What you doing?
I'm going to look to the Dragonborn-esque creature who said protect the client, and I'm going to like put a little panic in my eyes. Is there like a safe room or something that you can take me to?
He looks and goes, sees Lenny actively trying to walk away, sees his other gang member, dead on the ground, and most likely his boss dead as well. And goes, yeah, I guess I'm in charge now. Yeah, come on. And he'll grab your arm and begin to walk you towards the fireplace.
And I will tell Soo-Jin, like, have them hold back.
Okay, perfect. We're actually going to go to his turn now. So if you want to save your movement for on his turn, I'll have him move with you both.
Perfect.
And he'll bring you over here to the fireplace where he'll grab like an unlit sconce and pull it, and the fireplace moves back and shows a stairwell. And he goes, quickly, get down. We'll both go in and we'll hide out until they finish up here.
And she'll go in.
Okay, perfect. You guys both go in there. That will be his turn. Nightforge, that's you.
What's the shadowy man in the back doing throughout all this?
It's a great question. Give me an investigation roll.
28.
He has been watching you guys, but has not moved.
Well, it seems like all the people have been more or less dealt with. What? He just hasn't done anything.
Nope.
What a
Other than
creep.
turn his head to follow
What
you.
an absolute creep.
What a cuck.
Yeah, what a cock just sitting there.
Cock chair.
Hey, this is my kink. Get out of here.
Okay. Shit. I'm going to since I'm hasted and I have an extra action, I take out like a gadget off of my utility belt, almost like a stapler, crude. And I'm gonna use this is just flavor, but I'm using a cure wounds, but it's mechanical, so it's like a stim shot that I give to Lenny, or whatever his name is, Hansy.
You start to staple up his gut.
No, I realize that that's impractical, given that this is
No,
just
it's
one
not.
tiny thing.
Nope, I love it.
Yeah.
That's the exact kind of like gruesome medical care that I feel like you give yourself.
Yeah.
So
Because he has intestines hanging out, and I feel like he's not a problem anymore.
Yep, you punch back in his intestines and begin to staple up the wound with this gadget that begins to have curative magic over it.
I'm just gonna look at him. I do not want to ever see you here again. Am I clear?
Give me an intimidation with advantage, because I can't imagine stapling someone's gut back together and then not being terrified of you when you tell them that.
Amazing. That is gonna be a dirty 20.
Yeah, outside of action economy, you finish stapling up and he just starts crying and runs away.
Yeah.
You want to take your attack of opportunity?
Just
Kick him in the butt
punch
as
him
he's
in the
going.
back of the head as hard as I can.
You say good boys, he's running away.
Then I'm going to use my movement to begin to approach, not in a, like, the cuck man.
You begin to approach him. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw? What?
Oh God.
10. Stroke of genius, which is a class feature that I have.
Stroke of genius, not flash of genius.
No, this is a stroke of genius. Is it called Flash of Genius? I've never played it.
Super fucking sexual, super fast. And I should have guessed that would happen.
Henceforth, for the rest of this campaign, shall it be known as Stroke of Genius.
Is that not like the saying?
Praise
I-
be.
Of these, there's stroke a lot.
I stroke my genius in his direction, and I will add 5 to that to make it a 15.
So 15,
Which is probably still a
fantastic.
fail, but we're going to try.
Is the
Oh, no,
saying
actually-
not stroke of genius?
It's
I'm
flash of
looking at it.
genius.
Stroke my genius.
I feel like it's stroke of genius is all I've ever heard.
We can
It
look
is
at it.
now.
You guys
Is
are
this a
dirty
regional?
people.
Is this regional?
It's called Flash of Genius. I'm looking at the app. I don't care. It's Stroke of Genius to me.
It's stroke of genius now. I accept this.
Stroke of genius. You are able to just in time catch an object as it's flying towards you. It fits in the palm of your armored hand. Do you look down at it?
Yes.
A small coin sits in your hand, and when you look back up, he's gone.
It's so annoying when people do that. Disappear when people disappear mid-conversation.
There's nowhere to go in this room. That's a Bad Man reference. Look it up.
Damn it. Okay.
I'm at this point going to call back initiative order
Yeah.
for now. As the elf on the shelf over here, the gnome, is unconscious against the wall. The body of V Hatch lays dead at the feet of Serena. And the mindless guard stands still in the center of the room, holding his spear at the ready still, eyes vacant. We're going to go ahead and move down the staircase to where Mara has been taken. As you walk down the steps, you come into a pretty open room. It's about 20 feet across, and there's a sizable desk pushed all the way up against the far wall. A single lit candle illuminates the room. You see papers, a chest, and Poultry, who has brought you down here, goes,
You might as well make yourself comfortable. We might be here for a while. I'll guard the doorway, I guess. Can I get you anything? We don't have much down here.
Nothing now. And she casually paces, but is looking for the information that she needs.
Gotcha. He looks. He starts to walk away, and over his shoulder, he goes,
You'll make sure to put in a good word to Shasta for me, right? Tell her that I really stepped up to become a leader in the absence of my current leader.
She kind of like lifts her chin a bit, like playing the noble, looks him up and down. I'll put in a good word.
All right, that's great, man. That's really gonna help the missus at home, if I get a raise like that. So, thank you. And, all my little chicklets as well.
I was just going to ask if
Both of 'em.
she's also a bird lady.
So, thank you. All right. Watching the door. Just gotta keep watching the door.
and you begin to look around. You do notice papers on the desk there. The chest does have a sizable lock on it. You can give me an investigation roll for everything. If you're wanting to stay secretive with what you're doing, give me a stealth roll first. Otherwise, if you don't care, just go for it.
It is a 28 investigation, and she is not really trying to be sneaky. She's more just like casually like lifting up papers, like we have so much time down here, I'm so bored.
I'm gonna give him disadvantage on that. He notices that you're looking around, but you've promised to put in a good word for him. He does not give a shit what you do down here. You do find a sizable binder, a ledger. It's binded in leather cord, holding the pages together. In that you find, let me change the music back because that's an important thing I need to remember to be doing. Back to that there. You find just a series of checks and balances regarding deliveries and shipments. all of them marked with normal like street lingo for different drugs. A lot of it is just mirth dust. Some of it though is something new, and as you begin to look through on that high roll, you do find a decoded message of a new drug called the Red Dream. On that specific page of shipments and deliveries, there is a sigil stamped at the bottom of the page. Give me a history or so history or no, just give me a history check. I want to see if that'll do it.
19.
You don't recognize this sigil. It's a noble house, but you don't really fuck around with the noble houses too much, outside of, House Firemontis, which you have a personal stake against, and then maybe Soo-Jin's house. You know a little bit about it from what she's told you. Outside of that, why would you know about the nobles outside of stealing from them, right?
Yeah, I commit the sigil to memory so that I can describe it to Soo-Jin later.
Okay, perfect. As you, but you do see this is a paper that shows a noble backing to a drug trade. So this is the paper that you're looking for.
She sleight of hands it out of the binder. Maybe. Oh, she's probably going to. Let's see. That is a dirty 30.
Oh, yeah. The paper never existed in the binder in the first place.
No, this is the sexy episode, dirty 30.
God, I hate that this is the sexy episode. Why is this the sexy episode?
The first one.
You have what you came here for. Now you're alone in a room with a bird-like dragonborn who thinks that you're a client he needs to protect. The only thing standing between you and getting the fuck out of here.
Soo-Jin, could you clear them all out, please?
Done. And she will. Are we talking about like the friendlies or?
Yeah, the friendlies.
Okay. Soo-Jin will come out of hiding. Well, it's time to go. And she'll kind of like lazily walk up to the drugged out one who's just there with like his spear. And she's like poking him. And she'll look over at Nightforge and it's like, think it's time to go?
I clank over to the gnome and pick him up with my large metallic gauntleted fists.
He hangs
And I have what I came for.
You came for that? Okay, why don't you take your friend? And she'll look over towards Serena's direction. Why don't you take her too?
Ooh, Serena, give me a perception check. Yeah, this person in front of you that's talking to this other armored person that suddenly dropped from the sky, mind you. She's talking. She looks an awful lot like Hua Yun, Laurent, the wife of Lord Laurent, who sponsors you. Do anything, unfortunately. Nightforge, you want to give me a investigation on him, if you'd like? You'd be familiar with this.
15.
This is a
I can
mirth
joke my
dust.
genius if need be. In
Nope,
fact, I
you're
should.
good.
Oh, 15 is
You
good.
don't. Yeah, 50, you're good. Yeah.
I can stroke my
this is
genius fast.
this is a mirth dust overdose. It is fatal.
Is it? It's fatal.
Yeah. So, mirth dust is it's a pretty big downer. It would be described as the opposite of cocaine. Right? It relaxes you until to the point of kind of mind numbing. Too much of it, however, shuts down the important faculties of the brain slowly until it's irreparable and eventually everything shuts down.
Now, I would ask just out of curiosity, would Nightforge know the stimulant, the arcane stimulant that I've inject myself with to haste? Would that potentially counter the effects of a hardcore downer drug? I don't know if I would have ever tried it.
I'm gonna roll something real quick.
Just curious.
You would have tried that, yes, and I think it would have worked. I think you, but
Right.
it's very costly to you, obviously.
Yeah, no, this is the best magic that I have, but
Yeah.
we're here to save Voltressa. Would it remind me the drug's name again? Sorry.
Mirth dust.
Mirth dust, thank you. I'll walk over to her after she finishes placing her hands. I'm still carrying the gnome under one arm. You really aren't here to buy drugs, are you? This is clearly a mirth dust overdose.
Is
it's fatal.
Is that the drugs that they offered me earlier?
Perhaps.
Okay, yeah, I don't want drugs. So he's dead or he's going to die?
Likely. Stand back.
Okay.
A large amount of the various mechanical apparatuses within my suit sort of feed into a arcane battery, and I basically take the one of the conduits to the arcane battery and unplug it from a part of my suit. This is going to hurt, and I stab it into his sternum, and I release a jolt from the arcane battery, and I cast haste on him.
Oh my god.
All right, there's a movie where they have to hit somebody with
Yeah, Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
That's what I just did.
Pulp Fiction is
You
fucking
can.
Yeah.
adrenaline straight to the heart.
Yeah, that's exactly what just happened.
You watch as his eyes roll back to the back of his head. He begins to shake uncontrollably, falls to the ground, and then comes back up. Hey! Who are you?
I am Nightforge.
Passes out.
Good job there, Rust Bucket. Why don't you leave him to me? Take your little gnome. You guys get out of here. When you get back to my house, tell my father I said hello. Off you go.
I thought you were talking to me. I was like,
No, take your little
"No,
gnome
you
and
did
go.
something between us.
Yeah,
Okay, I literally take the gnome and I stand under the skylight after my one-liner, and I literally fly up through the broken skylight. Cape billowing, gnome under my arm.
wow. Are you gonna make some dramatic exit, or are you gonna try to use the door? Looking at Serena.
I'm not ridiculous. The door is right there. Who are you?
You're living in my house. Well, my former house.
Oh, you're the troubled daughter.
Is that what he's told you?
Yes.
What are you doing here? Why are you in my home?
Oh, I thought you meant in the drug emporium here. Well, your father sponsored me to come into the city, so I'm here to spread my religious beliefs with you fine folks and learn some more about this fine, drug-ridden city, I guess is what this is.
Okay. Well, why don't you go and spread the gospel? Just watch your back. My father wants something with you for whatever reason. And once he gets it, you'll just be another troubled daughter, I guess.
Oh, I hardly believe that. But you have a good evening. Yeah. And I'm gonna leave out the door. Normally.
I messaged Tamara. Okay, everybody's gone.
Sounds like they're pretty quiet up there. Maybe we give it a shot.
Soo-Jin, hide.
Forgetting about Silly Bird Man.
I'll go check it out, I guess. Stay here. I'll keep you safe. And you'll go up. Soo-Jin, when you hide, let me go ahead and. So you're gone. You're gone. You're gone. Did anyone take the guard?
No.
Gotcha. All right, so guard's gone, and Soo-Jin's hiding. He goes back up. You hear the fireplace come out. Soo-Jin, you hear him come out, look around, go,
Oh yeah, everyone's gone. This is great. Oh man, I'm gonna make so much money, and then I can afford the schooling for the chicks. And
You hear the pistol.
you doing anything, or you just letting it be?
Soo-Jin?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just pointing her gun at him.
Okay. Hasn't revealed herself though.
I think with she's heard the click. She wanted to let him know.
He stops and slowly turns around to you and goes,
Hi.
Look,
You just take whatever you want. You just don't harm the client or me, and I can write it out of the books. That's not a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you do me a favor, and I need you to lay down. Face down, okay?
Okay, I can do that, but the beak is really hard to just...
You'll make do.
okay, yeah, you got it. And he just falls forward, and on the ground.
I think she'll, let Mara know. Crisis averted, whatever you're doing. Are you gonna get up here?
Yeah, Mara just walks right past him, past the gun, out the front door, expecting Soo-Jin to follow.
And I think she'll, as she's walking out backwards, count to 100, and you'll see your chicks. Maybe.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
And she...
6.
As they're leaving, can we check the cart that's being loaded?
The cart is empty.
Okay, so nothing on the cart.
Yeah. No. I will say, Mara, just for my own thing here, there was a chest down below with a lock on it.
Oh, I forgot about the chest with the lock on it. As soon as he was up checking the room, that chest was
Slide a hand for me.
fiddled with. That is 19.
19. Lock comes open. Inside, the velvet interior, molded to hold 5 of these glass bottles with wax stoppers. A red, glowing liquid inside each. It almost shimmers as it moves as you pick one up.
Ooh, the red dream, I suspect. I will pocket them all.
Pocket off. They're rather big.
I will pocket as many as my pockets can fit.
You can fit them all.
Suit.
But yeah, you take them all. And yeah, all that happens. You go back up. You begin to walk away.
With my passive investigation of 21, do I like? Is there anything else in this like room noticeable?
Not of interest to you guys. You got what you came for.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Soo-Jin would fall in steps with Mara, not saying anything, their usual cadence, to find anything good.
And I hand her wordlessly the sheet of paper.
Do I recognize? Is the sigil on there?
The sigil is on there.
Does she know? She's very
Roll me a history check.
Come on, you have to give me advantage. This is her thing.
I'm lowering the DC.
Nat 20.
Fuck yeah.
I'm not nat 20 for 25.
Fuck yeah. You see the secondary sigil of House Duclair.
Duclair, how interesting. And she's saying all of this out loud as she's looking at it.
Do we know them?
We do. And then she'll kind of break down the different members of the house and remind Mara of like their neutrality in these major conflicts that always happen, but yet always seem to profit in some way, shape, or form. And then did you see the play that Celeste wrote? It was only on for one night.
Haven't been
Quite.
to the theater much.
Well, it was quite scandalous. They banned it after one night. But I am curious because the Countess has been seen exchanging gifts with House Fontaine and Veramontes.
Mouth instantly a thin line. Just
Soo-Jin knows. She doesn't say anything. She just... You think they're behind this?
I fucking hope so.
Sounds like fun. Did you see her?
I did. Do you want to talk about it or do you want to go break things?
Let's go break things.
We go break things.
As you guys begin to walk into the night, Nightforge, where are you taking our gnome bow?
Where's the tallest building nearest to me?
Nearest to here in the brass quarter.
Yeah, and one that's not going to be have a lot of prying eyes.
There used to be a pretty large clock tower, but it burned down about a year ago.
Perfect. No, that's a perfect. I mean, I'm assuming, is it like to the ground or is it just like
no, not to the ground, but it's like the clock part is gone.
That's a perfect spot to take someone.
You take him to this husk of a clock tower, burnt remains, ash still hidden in corners.
Does he has bombs on him? Is he like wired? Can I just like investigate him while he's unconscious still?
As you're kind of jumping from rooftop to rooftop, you give him a quick once over. Give me that investigation on him. Since you're moving, I'm gonna say just straight roll.
Okay. 28.
Yeah, his vest is rigged to blow at some sort of command.
Can I? Okay, so like once we're at the top of the clock tower, because I just have some flight. I have winged boots.
Then yeah,
but once I'm stopped, if I have a little bit of time, can I see about?
Yeah, he's unconscious until you bring him out of it. So I think you get to this clock tower, you set him down, and you start fiddling. You have Tinker's tools, correct?
I do.
Perfect. Go ahead and give me just the sleight of hand. You can add your Tinker's tools bonus to that.
I'm gonna probably want to stroke my genius on this one.
Stroke this genius. You stroke your genius with this unconscious man
It's
in
a,
a burned out
it's a
clock tower.
16. It's a 16. And I believe that my stroking of my genius is I would know if I failed, then I can add 5.
Yes, you on a 16, you're able to. It takes a little bit longer than you think at first. This gnome is surprisingly good with wiring, but you're able to. You trace back a wire that goes under the skin in his neck, from the vest that you were able to clip, and then you watch as the kind of like using your goggles, you're able to kind of see where everything connects and goes. You know that the trigger at the very least is null and void.
Okay.
Right.
I'm okay with him being explodable.
Okay,
But
perfect.
just not if he can explode it. Okay, I'm going to tie him up.
Okay.
Bind his hands and feet. And I'm going to be holding him just over the ledge. And I'm going to slap him awake.
Okay. He wakes up kind of groggily. Ugh. Ah. Ah.
I wondered when you'd wake up. So, that shipment, the new drug, where was it going? Wait, I can't hear you.
Yeah, you muted Ghosty.
Why did it? I cannot mute. There we go.
Oh, there you're back.
I slipped too far back. He looks out. What new drug?
Is he lying to me?
Give me a.
I mean, I realize I'm just asking. Did he just tell me? Is he lying? That's 18.
Yeah, he's lying to you.
This would not be a time to be a liar.
Give me an intimidation with advantage, please.
Can I? Yeah, okay. I was. Intimidation with advantage is going to be a 15. And as I'm saying this, I'm going to use prestidigitation to make the like slits at my eyes and mouth are going to glow like red hot, like a forge.
Oh, badass. Yeah, he begins to kind of shift a little bit more in his binds as he's hanging over the edge of the city here. He goes, okay, just pull me back. I'll tell you whatever you want to know, okay? The shipment, a new drug, Red Dream, big shipment, about 5 bottles of the stuff.
That's a big shipment.
Yeah.
Never mind. Where was it going?
It was. Look, man, they're gonna kill me, and I know you're gonna drop me off this roof.
Look at me.
Yeah, looking at you.
What
God,
do you
it's
think
terrifying.
I'm going to do?
I really hope not
Worry
kill
about
me.
me first.
But they'll do the thing of like I won't actually be dead, but they'll be killing me. Like
You'd
if
be
you kill me,
surprised how creative I can get.
I hate this city. Okay, look. All right. House Duclair sponsored a shipment of the new stuff. There's this really special guest coming into Lord Viramontis' place. All right, and he wanted it there. I don't know any other details outside of that. I just know we haven't seen, more than like half a bottle at best on the streets. That's really rare. Like that stuff fucks you up, man. You take, you burn a little bit of that stuff, and you're comatose for 6 weeks.
You know where the shipment came from?
I know it was just dropped off. We don't get to know where the things come from. We just deliver them.
But who dropped it off?
Some black cloak wearing guys.
Right. The usual suspects. You have been most helpful.
Yeah. Okay. You can put me down, like on the ground, not on the ground.
I'll let him sweat for a moment. And I will drop him on the clock tower up at the top. I'm assuming that most of the infrastructure of it is destroyed, so it's going to be very difficult for him to get down.
Absolutely gone. He looks at you as you set him down. He kind of brushes himself off a little bit. And goes, man, all right, well, it's a good thing they're not going to kill me even though I told you that stuff, right, bud? Because you're about to go boom. And he bites down and, like, closes his eyes really hard. Opens one. Sorry,
Right. I guess I don't make a facial expression because I don't have a face. Give my regards to Mad Shasa if you get down. And then I will jump off the edge.
Okay, he goes, wait, no! As you jump off the edge, as you're falling through the air, a sending inscription in the inside of your helmet kind of goes off. And you hear, more nighttime activities, sir.
Teleport!
Just wrapping up, Haliford.
Right, well, do keep in mind you have council tomorrow and the morning. And I do hate to turn away messengers as often as I am doing that. Did you get anything tonight?
I'm not sure, but I have a few leads.
Right. Well, you'd be interested to know that our pickpocket orphan ring has brought me some new information. Why don't you come back to the manor and we'll get you outfitted for tomorrow. We can go over this.
On my way.
Indeed.
I don't even need to be talking in my silly voice to you because this is just my helmet.
He just puts up with it.
You... Right.
Hip hip, on your way.
Yeah, I will. I've got up to 4 hours of flight, so I'm gonna just.
You get there.
Use
No problem.
that.
Perfect. Serena, you begin the long walk back to the Gilded Heights. As you move through the streets, contemplating, what are you doing?
Serena wants to not go home. She would like to go to her main church, wherever that is. She needs to repent for killing somebody, even though they started it. So.
Gotcha. So you're looking for a church dedicated to Zephyriel?
Mm-hmm. Or
entirely, or
it can be either for him specifically or his counterpart. I can't remember her name, but the life goddess.
Yeah. Ashara?
Yeah.
Gotcha. If you're looking for like an actual church, you'll have to walk a little far. If you're looking for just like, you know, a place of worship in general, like it could be, you know, the back of a cafe. It could be, you know, just somewhere that you know is a religiously affiliated building. There's a couple close by, but they're all closed.
Yeah, she would want. She'd want to go to an actual religious institution to be closer to God.
Gotcha. As you move, you head over to the south, like the southeast corner of the Brass Quarter, which is close by to the gondola park that you would take to get back over to the Golden Heights anyway. And you move into the church. It's open, candles lit across the sides, pews spreading around, and you do see a priest
standing at the head, lighting candles slowly.
Excuse me, Father. Do you have a moment?
Of course. What seems to be the problem? What brings you here so late?
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
Nope, don't like this. Yep.
I've done some things. I killed somebody. I will admit it. I did. But he threatened me first. And then I was very mean to someone I shouldn't be mean to. And I'd like to pray for her soul too. And what else have I done? I was sneaking around.
No? Okay. That's okay.
I was sneaking around and I got involved in some drug trade somehow. That's very sinful. I don't know how that happened.
Go on. Sure. Want a drink or something while we're doing this?
No, thank you. What?
It's just like Catholic church.
It's just Catholic church.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I stay here tonight?
In the church?
In the church, please.
Yeah, you can sleep on a pew, I guess. We don't have bedrooms here.
No, that's fine. You know,
I'm the
pew is
night
fine.
priest.
The night priest.
We don't live here. Why does everyone assume we live here? I mean, wow. You sure you don't want to smoke or something? Have you
No.
unwind a bit?
No, I'm okay.
What faith do you follow?
Oh, I follow Zerfel. Or...
Oh! I gotcha. Okay, understood. All right, here's what we'll do then.
Yeah.
You openly admitted it to multiple crimes.
I did.
And this is a first for me, even. So I don't have a playbook for this kind of thing. So we're just gonna go, right off the hat here.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah, sounds great.
Do you feel bad about what you did?
I do.
Okay. Are you gonna do it again?
I don't know.
Nope, that should be a no. That should just instantly be a no. Wow.
I told you, I'm on the wrong path.
We don't specify to any specific god here in this church. It's kind of an open pantheon kind of thing.
I respect that. Yeah.
Me, I'm a follower of Astra myself, and while I get it, I understand ethereal followers are kind of loosey goosey with the wind and whatnot. But I preach about order and law and following said order and law.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to turn you into the guards.
I saved a guard
Part
today.
of that is because, and that's great. Okay, good. Hey, you did something good. That's freaking great.
Yeah.
Man, all right. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
All right. It's mostly because I don't want you to kill me.
Oh, I would
Part
never.
of it, though, is because you seem like you're wanting to repent, and I want to, go through with that. But
Yeah.
you're in the city of Valtressa, child.
Yes.
Drugs and murder and all sorts happen in this place.
That's not
Where are you
okay. I'm from a little town that a dungeon master at one point said out loud, and I don't remember.
Oh, you're from that village on the outskirts of the Arcane Collegium.
Yeah,
yes,
that one. Yeah.
Of course. Right. All of them are Zephyrial followers, from what I know.
Yeah, it's
Tell me.
Yeah.
Do you feel close to your god here in Valtressa?
I think so. I've kind of, it's a whole thing. But yes, I feel closer than was at home.
Okay. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And what brought you to Valtressa?
I had a medical emergency, to say, and this is where I could find the finest healers, although I haven't found one yet. So, it's a
We
lot.
offer faith-based healing here.
I think I've tried it. I wouldn't be opposed to it. Some more, maybe 50th time's the charm.
It's probably the best. It's a lot of light therapy. And,
Oh, yeah.
hope,
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. Which, don't get me wrong, works, but each their own.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, child, I guess, I don't know. Look, you killed a person. It sounds like in self-defense.
Yes,
But still, you killed a person.
I did.
You took a light away from this world, a light put forth here by the gods. And look, the gods are always watching. Their judgment beholds us to new beginnings. Seek your new beginning.
I will do just that.
You can sleep in the back pew.
Okay.
Don't make a mess of things.
Would
Don't
never.
steal the candles. People like to steal candles.
That's weird.
And there's there's some food in the back if you're hungry. I can get you a drink if you want. There's some cigarettes.
I am a little peckish.
Okay, what kind of food do you want here?
I don't really know. What do you have?
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That is a 4, 5, 6, 7.
You rolled a 7.
Yeah,
You're pretty hungry.
I'm pretty hungry.
And as he turns around to start rifling through what looks to be like donations, looking through, the back of his neck is right there.
Oh,
Do it.
This is him?
but I don't drink blood. Oh. I would like to. Do I have this? Did I not take this spell? No, I didn't. Okay, la 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 la. I will. I rolled a 7, so I guess I have to. I will bite him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit for me.
I shit you fucking not. That's a nat 20 to hit this man.
Serena.
He was so nice.
He was so nice.
Soo-Jin and Mara walking away to break things. As you are walking, you give me perception checks. The both of you.
I don't like it.
17.
Perfect.
16.
Appearing at the end of an alleyway in front of you, after walking for quite some time, almost out of the shadows, a cloaked woman with very large ears sticking out the top of her head. She stays at the end of the alleyway, looking at you as you approach. She goes, "Your objective?"
Success.
It's time.
Although her face is a mask, Mara's heart can be heard from space right now. There is no doubt about it.
Soo-Jin feels this energy of like excitement, and she's like, okay.
I do ask you both to keep an open mind and understand that what you're about, who you're about to meet, this can't leave the three of us. Not until the correct moment.
Who would I tell?
Who would you tell, Soo-Jin? Mara?
A quizzical nod.
when I brought you two into the fold, it was a calculated risk. I'm happy to see it paid off. And she will tap her hand on the side of the alley, and a portal appears. Come with me. She walks through it.
Soo-Jin glances at Mara. You ready?
Mara very uncharacteristically squeezes Soo-Jin's hand, and walks forward.
You walk through this portal, and it feels like you're walking through stone. It's cold, it presses against you, but you're able to move through it. You come out the other side to a dimly lit hallway, where Prim waits for you at one of the doors. As you approach, she gives Soo-Jin a nod, and Mara, she smiles at you. Open mind, right? She opens the door.
Soo-Jin will stand back.
Yeah, Mara is rushing forward.
You rush into this room. The room is empty, save for the far wall. Manacled to the wall, sweat beating down his frame. This bitch, Oleg Draven,